I know it's incredibly disappointing now. And look, candidly, it's a bit scary because there's a very different vision that's being put out there.
I just have to remind you, don't you ever let anybody take your power from you. You have the same power that you did before November 5th. And you have the same purpose that you did. And you have the same ability to engage and inspire. So don't ever let anybody or any circumstance take your power from you.
Yes, I have the full video. Kamala Harris addresses supporters 3 weeks after humiliating loss to Trump in painfully cringe 10-minute rant where she brags about wasting over 1.4 billion in donor money. It is extremely hard to watch. A lot of people are saying, is she drunk or what exactly? When I watched the video to a certain learn, I was extremely shocked. Hmm? So this is how people behave when the laws. I didn't know that this would be coming out anytime soon because we have not seen Kamala for a very long time.
And let me just say to everyone on this call, I am so grateful for you. And I'm so thankful to you. I'm thankful for your love of our country and your willingness to put the work into it. I'm thankful for the faith that you put in me and Governor Walz and our team. And I am thankful because I know your character is such that you're not going to get knocked down. And you're in this fight. And you're in it for all the right reasons. And I know that about you. It's why you're part of this call right now and all the work that you did over those 107 days and even before. That's your nature. And the outcome of this election obviously is not what we wanted. It is not what we worked so hard for. But I am proud of the race we ran. And your role in this was critical. What we did in 107 days was unprecedented. Think about the coalition that we built, and we were so intentional about that. You would hear me talk about it all the time. Being a daughter of parents who are active in the civil rights movement, I know and believe that the best movements that are about progress in our country mean that it's leaders that we are dedicated to the coalition, to bringing people together that seemingly have nothing in common, but have everything in common. A coalition where we bring people together based on a deep love of our country and our understanding that the strength of our country will be a function of our willingness to put in the work, and that we will do that work with a sense of joy, yes, with a sense of work ethic and understanding it's going to be hard, but it's good work. It's good work to be engaged in a collective fight for America's future. And it means so much to me and to Governor Walz that you knocked on doors, you called friends, you called in favors. You said, hey, I showed up at your softball game. Now I need you to show up at the campaign office. You put in the time. It was personal for you. And you gave all that you could to support our campaign. Because of your efforts, get this, we raised an historic $1.4 billion, almost.
When I take a look at this tweet from Patrick David, it is never a good idea to record a video when you are drunk, especially when applying for the CEO positions of the biggest company in the world. You saw in the beginning how Kamala was behaving. That clip went viral. I didn't even know that there was a longer version of that video. There is something we discovered today. Senior aide to Kamala Harris have told the Huffington Post in an interview that internal polling never showed her ahead of Trump. Basically, they ran a $1 billion campaign based on a lie. So, all what CNN was telling us, MNBC, Kamala is beating Trump, Kamala was all a lie. They knew it, but they continue to do that. giving hopes to people like she was crushing Trump, knowing fully well that this was happening. They continue to spew out money. Now they are in debt.
Get this, we raised an historic $1.4 billion, almost $1.5 billion from grassroots supporters alone, the most in presidential campaign history. Nearly 8 million donors contributed an average donation of about $56 to fuel our people-powered campaign. And understand that the work that we did included the work that so many of you here did, which is to talk to first-time voters. Many of you are first-time voters. And to talk about how being involved can make a difference. And that remains true. And that's one of the pieces that I just want us to please take away, that our fight for freedom and for opportunity and for the promise of America, it included, for example, nearly almost 4 million first-time contributors to our campaign because of the work you did of helping people know that they can be engaged and that they're not outside, that they're inside, that we're all in this together. And that work continues. The work must continue of reminding ourselves that we have an ability to stay engaged in a way that will make a difference. The work that you all did, it's going to have lasting effect. Again, I'll say, the election didn't turn out like we wanted it to. Certainly not as we planned for it to. But understand that the work we put into it was about empowering people. That's the spirit with the work we did.
When you take a look at this article from the Daily Mail, Democratic donor says Kamala Harris should be banned from running for office forever over illegal spending. These are people who pour in money into her campaign. They are regretting. When we see things like, Oprah took this amount of money, certain people, celebrities collecting their shares, these people are not happy, especially top donors like this. I saw this video where this man actually spewed out he was not extremely happy when he finds out people collecting monies just to be on stage to campaign with her. That was not the best way. He made it clear, like her time in politics is over. She should not even dream again. Though I started seeing some Democrat coming out to say Kamala will still run. She's the only favorite person to do that. If they make that same mistake, I don't know how the end result will be. From all indication, the way she is presenting herself, she's still having hopes to try again. If only they will run, an election to choose her, not the same way Biden pick her or
Italy has seen fascism. Italy has seen these things. You guys, you understand what happens. You have seen this before. My country is in its adolescence. Adolescence is very arrogant. Adolescence thinks it knows everything.
Are you happy?
Very happy.
It was a weird one.
Morning in America.
That was one of the first times ever I felt hopeful after an election. Like, you should have seen the green room at the comedy club. Everybody was like, yes.
Yes.
Whew.
So my theory is the timeline, like in a science fiction movie, the timeline has split twice in the last like 9 months.
What was the first split?
There was when Trump got shot. And there was that moment where the world was going to head in two totally different directions.
Horrible karma.
No.
I mean, that's a totalitarian dystopian nightmare.
Have y'all noticed how we have not seen or heard from Kamala Harris since election night? I knew this was gonna happen. I knew.
embarrassing to actually watch them do this.
Effect, which helps. And by the way, you can keep that bucket, Guillermo. Oh, since Donald Trump won the election, this is interesting. The number of vasectomies in the United States has skyrocketed.
I decided to summarize some of these issues on these single videos because I don't like to create multiple videos or make it too long. Sometimes it can be boring. Thank you guys for always being there, sharing out my videos. God bless you abundantly.
309, Tulsi Gabbard added to Donald Trump's cabinet. Also with a
theory that a lot of people seem to be coalescing around.
They were too woke, insisting that people use the term Latinx.
You have to say they. No, you have to do this.
Stop with the virtue signaling.
Step away from woke. Focus less on who is woke and more on who is broke.
I've never seen that.
I saw so many liberals getting super excited every time Kamala had a new celebrity endorsement. But we all know for a fact that these celebrity endorsements are not free.
Oh, is it true that they paid you $1 million?
I want you to know what would change after doing this.
Comes out against Trump.
I don't care if they write that.
So, with that, I'm going to shake it off.
Figure out a way to say thank you.
That guy's name, he's such an absolute prick. I can't stand him. But anyway,
Hey there. Not doing great.
Terrible night last night. It was a terrible night.
What will the rest of us be doing on day one?
Bishop Vigano, he says that
The election. You guys are funny. The Democrats are funny.